Hi everyone, it's Keren here from tuppencecoloured.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me for another Simply Sketch Saturday. And now, if you don't know about Simply Sketch Saturday, we are a group of Stampin' Up demonstrators and we take it in turns to set a sketch challenge for a regular blog hop. And we all make something that's based on sketch and then we link to each other's blogs. So you just start at one and then you just work your way around to the next one. Now, if you do want to check out the blog hop, then please do click the link in the more information box below, which will take you to my blog, and then you can work your way around the hop from there. Now, this is the sketch that we're going to be working from this time, and this was set by Justina. Now, I haven't made anything yet, so if you want to stay with me, we'll make it together. So for a change this week, instead of the usual Whisper White or Very Vanilla, I am using basic black cardstock, and I've just taken a piece of A4 and cut it in half that way and folded it in half that way. So that is going to be my card base, and for the 3 panels on the front of the card, I've cut 3 pieces of the Botanical Gardens DSP, and I've cut them to 3 3/4 inches by 1.5 inches, and I absolutely love this DSP. It's in our spring summer catalogue, and it was, you know, it was the paper that I looked at and I thought, oh my gosh, I have to have that. So I just think it looks like, I just think it looks oriental. I think it's just beautiful, and I love the colours. So got a bit of snail, and I'm going to kind of spread out my panels. Now, the way I'm doing it, I'm going to put the bottom one on first, and then that is going to be my top one. And I'm doing it this way so that I've got an even spread at the top and the bottom of my card. So I'm sort of lining that out, but I'm not really pressing down too hard yet, because snail can be quite forgiving as long as you don't actually burnish it too much. So here we go, and make sure that all my bird of paradise flowers are pointing in the same direction, because it would be silly if they went that way. That would not be fun at all. And when I cut this paper, I cut a 1.5 inch strip along the top of my 12 by 12 piece, rather than cutting a, what would it be, 4.5 inch piece and then chopping it into 3. So they don't kind of all form a continuous pattern, they split up a bit. And I'm cool with that, I'm happy with that. Okay, so that's my 3 panels on the front of the card. So now I've got to do my nice big circle that sits in the middle. So I've got a piece of gold foil card here and my 2.5 inch circle punch. Oops. And that's going to be my circle in the middle of my card. And as well as that, I've got my 2 inch circle punch, and this is a piece of Old Olive, which is the colour of the green. Can you see how well that coordinates? It's one of the things I really love about Stampin' Up, is the way that everything works together so well. So I'm liking those two. Right, now I want the sentiment on this card, and I've got a scrap of Very Vanilla and Cajun Craze ink, and I'm using stamps from this set, which is Happy Happenings, because my husband says I don't make enough birthday cards. I make too many cards for other occasions and not enough birthday cards, and when he wants to give somebody a birthday card, he's got to go out and buy one, which is ridiculous. Okay, so Cajun Craze tapped onto this one, and I'm using Let the Celebration of Your Fabulousness Begin. There we go. Oh, that's come out really well. And one more punch, and this is the 1 3/4 inch punch. And again, lining that up, and I'm punching upside down so that I can see. Well, I'm not upside down, my punch is upside down. If I was punching upside down, all the blood would run to my head, and it would be Very funny. And it might actually make it difficult to create a video. I am feeling whimsical today. Here we go. Right, so let's layer these up. Just a bit of snail again. And we'll centre that onto the old olive. And the reason why I went with the Cajun craze again is because it coordinates with the colours of the flowers. And one of the nice things that Stampin' Up do is that they tell you what colours are in their DSP, so you haven't got to guess, you haven't got to think, oh, is that old olive, or is it always artichoke, or what is it? You know. Right, now I'm going to apply my gold circle onto my card with, again, just a bit of snail, and I'm just going to raise it up slightly. Am I? No, I'm not. I'm going to keep it fairly centered, I think. And I'm going to put this circle on with a few dimensionals. So I think 3 will be plenty today. Take the backs off. And line that up on to my gold foil circle. There we go. So there we go. Now we're nearly finished. I pre-made these flowers. I made up a load for another project, and if you want to see how I did the flowers, I'll put a link underneath to the video where I actually made these, so that you can get a better idea of how they all go together, because they do take quite a long time, and this is going to be quite a quick video. So let me see, which 3 do I want? Do I want those 3, or do I want those 3? No, I think that's a bit much. I think one big one will be sufficient. And let's have a look at those. Yes. Do I want leaves as well? Shall we see? Or do I leave it out? Leave it. No. Oh, I kill me. Who used to say that? Was that Alf? That TV program back in the 80s? Was it the 80s or the 70s about the alien life form Alf? Did he say, "Ha, I killed me"? I don't know. If you remember, leave a comment underneath and tell me. Right, I'm liking how that's looking, so let's get with it with the glue dots, I think. Now, the glue dots lately have been very naughty with me. They haven't been playing nice at all, so I'm just hoping that today the god of glue dots, whoever that may be, is in a good mood. And you see, he's not. That one, put that one on and it's come straight off. Oh, what do I need to do to make my glue dots stick properly? Right, so let's tuck that one underneath there. See, that's where that glue dot went. As it happens, that doesn't matter, because that will be where this leaf is going. So I should just pop that there like that. Alright, so now I've got my biggest flower. Do I want my big one? Yeah, the big one's kind of got to be at the top, because otherwise it covers up the sentiment, doesn't it? You see, you're getting stream of consciousness crafting today, folks. Because normally when I'm doing these, I'm kind of so worried about getting everything just perfect that you don't get to see me doing all of this. But this week we're kind of in a hurry, because there was a bit of confusion over whose turn it was to actually post the picture, so it didn't go up until quite late. But you know, got there in the end, so no harm was done. No crafters were harmed. Although I think Sam, who runs the blog hop, I think her nerves were getting a bit frayed. Oh, but it all worked out in the end, and it's a beautiful sketch this week, isn't it? The last time we had the blank piece of paper one, and no, I still haven't got over that. I still haven't. My nerves still haven't calmed down over that one. Okay, so again, don't want to cover the sentiment there. So how's that looking? That's looking pretty good. Okay, now because put those out of the way, because the inside is dark, I've got a piece of Whisper White. Sorry, it's not Whisper White. It's very vanilla envelope paper, which is the same colour as Whisper White card. If I bring in the piece of Whisper White card that I just punched this circle out of, you can see they are the same colour, but it's much lighter. That's the paper, and that's the card. You hear the difference? Which means that it is great for making envelopes, which is what it was designed for, but it's also very good for putting liners inside greetings cards. So back with my Cajun craze and the partner from the Happy Happenings, which says happy birthday, and I'm just going to plop that down, and there we go. So I've cut this to, I'm just trying to think what I cut it to. It's slightly smaller than the inside of the card, so it's, I think, 3 3/4 by I think it's 5.5 inches. It's one of those things that you can kind of do by eye anyway. You just need it to be slightly smaller around, so that you've got a nice little black border all the way around the edge of your card. There it is. And there it is, finished. So there it is finished. So let me bring back Justine's design. And that's what I was aiming for. What do you think? Do you think I've done it? Let me know in the comments underneath. And if you do think I've done what I should, then please do give me a like. And consider subscribing to my channel if you've enjoyed this video. Or, once again, go and have a look at the blog, because that's where you will find your way to go around the blog hop. And there's also a link to my Stampin' Up shop as well, if you happen to be wanting any of the items that you've seen me using in this video. But for now, thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye.